10 minutes before saying I do, Amanda discovered her fiancé was cheating on her with the maid of honor. She could have called it all off, run away, cried. But what she did at the altar, in front of 200 guests, left the entire church in absolute shock. Amanda, do you take Ethan to be your husband? The priest smiled, waiting. Amanda gripped her bouquet tightly, her hands trembling, the white gown heavy on her shoulders. Ethan squeezed her hand, a wide smile on his face. Honey? She didn't answer. 200 people held their breath. The silence swallowed the church, broken only by the sound of someone coughing in the back. Amanda? The priest's brow furrowed. She looked at the altar, decorated with white roses. She looked at her mother, Sharon, in the front row, crying tears of joy. She looked at Jessica, the beautiful maid of honor in her pink dress, smiling. The maid of honor who was pregnant with the groom's child. Sweetheart, is everything okay? Sharon whispered, far too loudly. No, nothing was okay. Ethan leaned in, whispering in her ear. What's going on? Just answer him. His tone was low, but irritation seeped through his words. Amanda could feel his phone inside the small clutch looped around her wrist, the phone she had taken 10 minutes ago, the phone with 300 messages that had destroyed everything. I'm just nervous, she lied. Ethan relaxed, smiling at the guests again. Normal, right, babe? But you need to answer now. She looked at him, really looked at him, the man who claimed to love her, the man who had been planning this day with her for 2 years, the man who, just last night in bed, had sworn she was the love of his life, the same man who, 3 hours ago, had sent a message to Jessica. Just a few more hours of pretending, then I'll see you at the hotel. Amanda, the priest insisted. Do you take him? Everyone expected a yes. Ethan expected a yes. Jessica, in the front row, expected a yes. Amanda took a deep breath. Ethan squeezed her hand, too hard this time. It almost hurt. Say it, he hissed between his still smiling teeth. Her heart was beating so loudly it seemed to echo off the church walls. Sweat trickled down her back. The bouquet trembled in her right hand. How could the man she loved be doing this? How could he stand here, smiling like this, in front of God and everyone, knowing what he'd done, knowing he'd shattered everything? The phone vibrated inside her clutch. Amanda blinked. Her mind flashed back 10 minutes. She was alone in the bridal suite. Her dress was on, the veil perfectly in place. 15 minutes until her entrance. She smiled at her reflection in the mirror. Finally, after 3 years together, she was going to marry the man she loved. You're the luckiest woman in the world, she whispered to her reflection. A knock at the door. Amanda, Ethan left his phone here. I'm going to take it to him, said the wedding planner. You can leave it on the bed. I'll bring it. The door closed. Amanda picked up the phone. The screen lit up on its own. A new notification. From Jessica. I can't wait to see the look on that idiot's face when she finds out the baby is yours. Amanda's heart stopped. She unlocked the phone. The password was still the same. Her birthday. The irony was sickening. She opened the conversation. A message from Ethan 2 hours ago. She won't find out a thing. Relax. I'll be married in a bit. We'll get access to her family's money, and then we can finally live our life. Jessica. What if she suspects something, Ethan? Ethan. She won't. She loves me too much. She's blind. Amanda's hands started to shake. She scrolled up through the conversation. Days, weeks, months, photos, videos, explicit messages, all with Jessica, her best friend since grade school. A message from 3 months ago made bile rise in her throat. Ethan. Had to pretend to be turned on by her last night, but I was only thinking of you. Jessica. Poor thing. Lucky she's so dumb. The phone almost slipped from her grasp. She kept reading, unable to stop. More proof. Photos from weekends he claimed to be working, messages from hotels, plans for after the wedding, plans to take her money and disappear together. Amanda, it's time, her sister Brianna called from the hallway. She hid the phone inside her bride's garter, stood up, and took a breath. She could cancel. She could run. She could scream. But a better idea began to form in her mind. If he wanted a show, she would give him one. The church was in absolute silence. Ethan squeezed her hand again. harder. Her fingers ached. Honey, answer. The priest cleared his throat, glancing at his watch. Amanda shifted the bouquet from her right hand to her left. Hidden in the sound booth at the back of the church, her cousin Caleb saw the signal. He placed his hand on the mouse, his heart racing. It was time. 7 minutes before walking down the aisle, Amanda sat on the edge of the bed, Ethan's phone burning in her hand. She had to do something. But what? Call off the wedding? 200 guests were waiting. The reception was paid for. Her parents had spent a fortune on this day. Expose him right then and there? Run to the altar and scream the truth? No. He would deny it. Claim she hacked his phone. Turn the tables on her. He'd slip out the back and be gone forever. Her hands were shaking so badly she almost dropped the device. A knock on the door made her jump. Amanda, 5 minutes. It was her mom, Sharon, her voice rushed and excited. Coming, Mom. She looked in the mirror. The veil, the flowers in her hair, the perfect makeup. Everything was perfect. Except for the truth. Amanda opened her clutch, shoved the phone inside, and zipped it shut forcefully. If she couldn't cancel, couldn't run, then she would do this differently. She would expose him in front of everyone, with proof. But how? The door opened. Jessica walked in, smiling, her pink dress clinging to her body. The baby bump wasn't showing yet. Girl, you look gorgeous. Jessica hugged her. Amanda went rigid. Jessica's perfume was cloying, the same scent from the photos on Ethan's phone. Thanks. Her voice was flat. Jessica either didn't notice or pretended not to. Nervous? She asked, adjusting Amanda's veil, her fingers brushing her shoulder. Relax. Ethan loves you so much. Amanda bit her tongue until she tasted the warm tang of blood. Yeah, was all she could manage. Seriously, you're so lucky. He's perfect. Jessica smiled wider. So loyal, so sweet, a hard worker. Amanda's nails dug into her palms. You think he's perfect? The words slipped out before she could stop them. Jessica blinked. Of course. Why? Amanda wanted to scream. She wanted to throw the phone in her face, to wipe that phony smile off her lips. But she couldn't. Not yet. Nothing. Just nerves. Jessica laughed, picked up the bouquet, and handed it to her. Come on, it's time. As soon as Jessica left, Amanda locked the door. She grabbed the phone again, opened the camera, and started taking screenshots of everything: messages, photos, audio notes. Her hands wouldn't stop shaking, but she kept going. She had to have proof. Proof no one could deny. 3 minutes later, Brianna burst in without knocking. Amanda, Dad's waiting. Let's go. Bree, wait. Amanda grabbed her sister's arm. I have to tell you something. Brianna frowned. Now? We have 2 minutes. Ethan's cheating on me. Silence. Brianna let out a laugh. What? With Jessica. It's been months. I found his phone. There's proof of everything. Her sister shook her head. Amanda, you're having bridal jitters. It's normal. It's not jitters. I saw the messages. They planned everything. Brianna took her by the shoulders. Listen, you're nervous. It's natural. But to accuse Ethan of cheating on your wedding day, without real proof? I have proof. Where? Amanda grabbed her clutch, opened it, and showed her the phone. Brianna's eyes widened. You took his phone? He forgot it here. And I unlocked it. You invaded his privacy. Brianna's voice rose. Amanda, this is crazy. What's crazy is marrying a liar. Her sister took a deep breath. Look, you need to talk to him, but not today. Not now. There are 200 people waiting. If you call this off over some unfounded jealousy, it's not jealousy. It's real. Then show me the messages. Amanda opened the phone, went to the messaging app, and searched for the conversation with Jessica. It wasn't there anymore. She searched again. Nothing. Where is it? Brianna crossed her arms. Amanda's heart sank. He had deleted it. Ethan had deleted everything remotely. He deleted it. But I took screenshots. She opened the gallery on her own phone. It was empty. The screenshots weren't there. How? Her hands started shaking again. Harder this time. No. I saved them. I saw them. Brianna sighed. Amanda, breathe. You're panicking. It's normal. But you can't do this to Ethan. He loves you. He doesn't love me. Of course he does. Calm down. Amanda sat on the bed, her head spinning. Had she imagined it all? No, she had seen it, had read every single word. But the proof was gone. I'm not crazy, she whispered. Brianna knelt in front of her, holding her hands. I know you're not, but now is not the time. Get married, then talk to him. If there's something wrong, you two can work it out. Tears burned Amanda's eyes. And what if I'm right? Then you get a divorce. But not today. Don't ruin everything because you're scared. Loud knocks on the door. Amanda, it's time! Her father, Robert, called out. Brianna stood up, extending a hand. Come on. Amanda remained seated. The dress felt like it weighed a ton. The bouquet was wilting in her hand. She could refuse, could scream, could say no. But what if Brianna was right? What if she was just being paranoid? What if she had misunderstood? What if she canceled the wedding and destroyed everything for nothing? Doubt gnawed at her. Maybe she deserved this. Maybe she was too controlling. Maybe he was right when he called her jealous. Maybe she really was crazy. Amanda, Brianna insisted. She stood up, took the bouquet, and smoothed her dress. Or maybe she was about to make the biggest mistake of her life. 2 months before the wedding, Ethan came home at 3 a.m. Amanda was awake, sitting on the sofa, waiting. Where were you? He tossed his keys on the table, not even looking at her. A meeting. Until 3 inches the morning? Ethan sighed, taking off his jacket. Amanda, are you starting with this again? With what? With wanting to know where my fiancé spends the night? He turned, his eyes hard. With this sick jealousy of yours. The words cut deep. Amanda stood up. I just want to know. You want to control me. He raised his voice. Every day it's the same thing. Where am I? Who am I with? Why? I can't take it anymore. Ethan, I just asked. And I'm tired of answering. He threw his jacket on the floor. You think I'm cheating on you? Is that it? Her heart raced. I didn't say that. But you're thinking it. He laughed humorlessly. Look at you, with all this paranoia. This isn't love. It's a prison. Amanda felt tears welling up. I just want you to be honest with me. I am honest. But you don't trust me. He grabbed his phone. Want to see? Want to go through it? Here, take it. Read everything. He tossed the phone onto the sofa. She didn't pick it up. No, Ethan, I trust you. Doesn't seem like it. He went to the bedroom and slammed the door. Amanda was left alone in the living room, trembling. Was he right? Was she too paranoid? The next morning, Susan, Ethan's mother, came over for coffee. Amanda, dear, we need to talk. They sat on the patio. Susan took her hand. Ethan told me about last night. Amanda looked down. I was just worried. I understand. But dear, Susan squeezed her hand, you need to relax. Ethan is a good man. He works very hard. Sometimes meetings run late. She paused, her tone becoming firmer. You're suffocating him. A man needs his space. If you keep this up, you're going to push him away. The word stung. Amanda swallowed hard. I don't want to push him away. Then stop with this jealousy. Stop questioning him. Be the woman he fell in love with. Amanda nodded, guilt weighing on her chest. You're right. I'll be better. Susan smiled, kissing her forehead. Good girl. 3 weeks later, Amanda was having lunch with Jessica. Girl, are you okay? You seem worried. Amanda picked at her food, having no appetite. It's Ethan. Jessica put down her fork. What did he do? Nothing. It's just, he's been distant. Always on his phone, always busy. Amanda, Jessica took her hand. You're getting married in a month. It's normal for him to be stressed. But what if it's more than that? Like what? Amanda hesitated. What if he's seeing someone else? Jessica's eyes widened, then she laughed. Ethan? Cheating on you? Girl, have you lost your mind? I just think it's weird. He loves you. It's obvious. Jessica squeezed her hand. You know what I think? You're scared. Scared of being happy. So, you're inventing problems. It's not an invention. Yes, it is. Trust me. I know you both. He's crazy about you. Jessica smiled. Relax. Soon you'll be married and happy. Amanda forced a smile. Maybe Jessica was right. Maybe she was just inventing problems. A week later, Ethan was asleep on the sofa. His phone buzzed on the coffee table. Amanda, wide awake, picked it up. The screen showed a message from an unknown number. Missed you last night. Her blood ran cold. She tried to unlock it. The password didn't work. He had changed it. What are you doing? Ethan's voice made her jump. He was standing there, staring at her, furious. Your phone rang. I was going to wake you. Liar. He snatched the phone from her hand. You were trying to unlock it. Ethan, you invaded my privacy. I didn't invade. I just saw the notification. And you tried to open it. He put the phone in his pocket. Amanda, this is over. This jealousy is over. Who sent that message? It doesn't matter. Of course it matters. We're engaged. And you don't trust me. He grabbed his keys. I'm going to sleep at my mom's. I need to think about whether I really want to marry someone like this. The door slammed. Amanda collapsed onto the sofa. She cried until she had no tears left. 5 days before the wedding, both families were having dinner together. Ethan barely looked at Amanda, acting cold and distant. Her father, Robert, noticed. Ethan, is everything all right? Ethan sighed, dropping his fork. No, it's not. Everyone stopped eating. What happened? Sharon asked. Amanda doesn't trust me. He gave her a cold stare. She stalks me, goes through my phone, accuses me without any reason. Ethan, I didn't. Amanda tried to speak. You didn't what? He cut her off. Didn't try to unlock my phone in the middle of the night? Don't question me all the time? Don't treat me like a criminal? Susan, his mother, shook her head. Amanda, this can't go on. But Honey, Robert interrupted. Is this true? Amanda felt all eyes on her, judging her. I just wanted to understand. Understand what? Ethan stood up. I work, I pay bills, I do everything for you, and you repay me with suspicion. Ethan, calm down. Sharon tried to mediate. No, let him speak. Susan backed her son. It's about time you all knew. I suggested to Ethan that he postpone the wedding. A deadly silence fell over the table. Amanda's eyes widened. What? That's right. Susan crossed her arms. If you don't trust him, you shouldn't marry him. Mom, it's not like that. Amanda pleaded with her eyes to Sharon and Robert, but they looked serious, worried. Amanda, you've been very anxious lately, Sharon said quietly. Maybe you two do need more time. No! Amanda stood up. I trust him. I do. No, you don't. Ethan sat back down. But I'll give you one chance. The last chance. You apologize now, in front of everyone, and promise to stop this, or I'm calling off the wedding. All eyes were on her, waiting. Amanda felt her throat tighten, her hands sweating, her heart breaking. He was turning everything against her, making her look crazy, and everyone was believing him. So? Ethan crossed his arms. Are you going to apologize or not? Tears fell. Amanda quickly wiped them away. I'm sorry. Her voice came out weak. I'm sorry for not trusting you. You're right. I'm wrong. Ethan smiled, stood up, and hugged her. There. That's all I wanted to hear. Everyone at the table relaxed, going back to their meal as if nothing had happened. But Amanda knew. Deep down, she knew. He was lying, hiding something, and she had just begged for forgiveness for being right. The morning of the wedding, 6 a.m. Amanda hadn't slept. She'd spent the night staring at the ceiling, thinking, doubting herself. Maybe she really was paranoid. Maybe he was innocent. Maybe in a few hours, she'd be married to the man she loved, and all of this was just pre-wedding nerves. She got out of bed and went to the closet to get her dress. Her hand bumped into Ethan's drawer, the one he never opened, the one that was always locked. Today, it was ajar. Amanda pulled it open. Inside were old papers, old documents, and a phone. An old phone, the one he used to use. Her heart hammered against her ribs. She picked up the device, pressed the power button. It still had a charge. She tried the old password. Her birthday. It worked. The screen lit up. Amanda sat on the edge of the bed, her hands trembling. She opened his messages. Conversations from 2 years ago. Conversations he'd never deleted because he thought she'd never see them. The first one was with an unsaved number. Ethan, she doesn't suspect a thing. Can you come over tonight? Number. You sure? What if she finds out? Ethan. She's too dumb to find out. Amanda scrolled up. Photos. Explicit messages. For months. She opened another chat. Another number. Another woman. Same story. She opened a third. A fourth. A fifth. 5 different women. All within the last 3 years. All while he was dating Amanda. Tears began to fall, but she didn't stop reading. She found messages with Jessica from a year ago, much earlier than she had imagined. Jessica, what if she finds out about us? Ethan, she won't. I have her wrapped around my finger. Whenever she questions me, I turn it around on her. Works every time. Jessica. You're terrible. Ethan, and you love it. Amanda felt bile rise in her throat. He had planned everything. Every lie. Every manipulation. Making her feel crazy was part of his plan. She kept reading. She found messages between him and his own mother. Ethan. Mom, I think Amanda is getting suspicious. Susan. Turn it around on her. Accuse her of being jealous. It always works with insecure women. Ethan. Good idea. His own mother knew. She supported it. Helped him. Amanda stood up. Went into the bathroom. Locked the door. And sank to the cold floor. All the times she had doubted herself. All the times she had apologized. All the times she had felt crazy. Paranoid. Wrong. She had been right all along. And he had systematically destroyed her self-confidence for sport. Rage came to a boil, burning inside her. Amanda went back to the bedroom, took the old phone, took her own phone, and started taking pictures of everything. Every message, every photo, every conversation. This time, she wasn't going to save them to her phone and risk them disappearing. She would email them to herself, upload them to the cloud, to 3 different places. She copied audio notes, videos, everything. 20 minutes later, she had a complete file. Irrefutable proof. She put the old phone back in the drawer, closed it, and sat on the bed, looking at her wedding dress hanging there. She could cancel now, call everyone, expose him before the ceremony. But no, he had planned to destroy her in public, to make her look like the crazy one in front of her entire family. So she would do it differently. She would let him get up on that altar, confident, arrogant, thinking he had won. She would let him say his vows in front of God and everyone. And then, she would show every single person in that church who he really was. Amanda picked up her phone and dialed. Caleb, it's me. I need your help. Urgently. Caleb arrived in 15 minutes, knocking on the bedroom door 3 times their secret code since they were kids. Amanda opened it. Her cousin rushed in, looked at her. At the wedding dress thrown on the bed, at her face, swollen from crying. What happened? She handed him her phone, the proof open on the screen. Caleb read in silence. His expression hardened, his jaw tightened. That son of a... I need to expose him. Amanda cut him off. Today. In front of everyone. Cancel the wedding. Send everyone home. No. She shook her head. He made me look crazy. He humiliated me in front of our entire family. He made me apologize for being right. Caleb looked at her, saw the determination in her eyes. You want revenge? I want justice. He smiled for the first time since he arrived. Then let's give them a show. Caleb sat on the bed, opened his backpack, and pulled out a laptop. I work in IT. I can connect your phone to the church's sound system, project the proof onto the big screen at the reception. There's a big screen at the reception, the one that was supposed to show the slideshow of you two. Now it's going to show something else. Amanda sat next to him, her heart pounding. How does it work? Simple. I'll create a presentation, put in the messages, the photos, the audio files. I'll control it all remotely. The moment you give the signal, I'll hit play. What's the signal? She thought for a moment, looking at her bouquet. When I move the bouquet from my right hand to my left, Caleb nodded. Perfect. And do you want to show it at the altar or at the reception? Altar, she answered firmly. In front of the priest, in front of God. I want him exposed in the most sacred place possible. Caleb's smile grew wider. Cousin, I always knew you were tough, but today, I'm proud of you. He started working, his fingers flying across the keyboard. Amanda sent him all the files. There's more here, Caleb said, stopping. He looked at her. A lot more. What? Messages with 5 other women, all in the last 3 years. He turned the laptop, showing her the screen. Amanda, he wasn't just cheating with Jessica. He was cheating with everyone. The air left her lungs. 5. It wasn't just an affair. It was a double, triple, quintuple life. And there's more, Caleb said, opening another folder. Conversations with his mother. She knew everything. She helped him lie. Amanda read the messages, one by one. Each word was a stab. The rage was no longer rage. It was pure, boiling fury. Put everything in the presentation, she said. I want everyone to see every message, every lie. Are you sure? It's going to be heavy. I'm sure. Caleb went back to typing, creating an automated presentation, messages appearing in sequence, then photos, and finally, audio. Wait, what audio? Amanda asked. There are call recordings in his cloud. He activated automatic backup and forgot about it. Caleb hit play. Ethan's voice filled the room. She believes anything I say. She's so easy to manipulate. Jessica's voice, laughing. Poor thing. She has no idea. Ethan, no idea at all. In 2 months, we get married. I get my hands on her family's money, and we disappear together. Jessica. And her? Ethan. Her problem. She'll be left like an idiot, crying, with no clue what happened. The two of them laughed on the recording. Loud, cruel, remorseless. Amanda felt something inside her break. It wasn't her heart. Her heart was already broken. It was something else. The last part of her that still doubted. The last part that still wanted to believe he had some real feelings for her. Now, there was no doubt, no pity, nothing but certainty. Put that audio in, she said. At the end. I want it to be the last thing everyone hears. Caleb worked for another 30 minutes, tested everything, connected to the system, and checked it 3 times. Done. It's all set. I'll be in the sound booth. When you give the signal, I'll activate it. The screen will turn on by itself. The presentation will run from start to finish. 3 minutes long. 3 minutes. Enough time to destroy his life. Amanda hugged her cousin, holding him tight. Thank you. Let's go destroy this bastard. He closed the laptop. You deserve so much better. Caleb left. Amanda was alone. She looked in the mirror, put on her dress, arranged the veil, fixed her makeup. A knock on the door. Sharon came in. Honey, you look beautiful. Come on, it's time. Amanda walked down the stairs. Brianna was waiting at the bottom, holding the bouquet. Ready? Ready. The church doors swung open. The wedding march began. 200 people stood up. Amanda walked down the aisle, step by step, holding her father's arm. Ethan was at the altar, handsome in his gray suit, smiling, confident. Next to him, his best man. In the front row, Jessica, in her pink dress, hand on her stomach, smiling too. Amanda climbed the steps. Robert kissed her forehead and handed her over to the groom. Ethan took her hand, squeezing it. You look stunning, he whispered. She didn't respond. The ceremony began. The priest spoke of love, fidelity, eternal union. Every word was a joke, a lie, a performance. It was time for the vows. Ethan, do you take Amanda to be your wife? Do you promise to love and respect her, in joy and in sorrow, in sickness and in health? Yes, I do. Ethan smiled, looking at her. Amanda, you are the love of my life. I promise to love you forever. Liar. Amanda, do you take Ethan to be your husband? The moment was now. Amanda glanced toward Caleb at the back. He was ready, hand on the mouse. But then Ethan turned slightly, took his phone from his jacket pocket, glanced quickly at the screen, and frowned. He looked at Amanda, then to the back of the church. Somehow, he knew. 3 hours earlier, Caleb was in the empty church, making his way to the sound booth. The official technician was organizing cables. Hi, I'm Caleb, the bride's cousin. The tech, a gruff man in his 50s, turned. Yeah? Amanda asked me to set up a surprise for Ethan, a special video. Can I connect my laptop? The tech crossed his arms. A surprise? What kind? A video with pictures of them. You know, romantic stuff, Caleb said, trying to sound innocent. The man wasn't buying it. There's already a video scheduled. The planner gave it to me yesterday. I know, but this one's different. It's going to play at the altar, during the vows. At the altar? The tech shook his head. No can do. It'll disrupt the ceremony. Caleb thought fast. He pulled $200 from his pocket. The bride would be very happy and very grateful. The tech eyed the money, then sighed. 15 minutes. That's it. Then you disconnect. Deal. Caleb connected his laptop, tested the large screen behind the altar. It worked. He tested the audio. Perfect. He saved everything to the cloud and configured the remote activation. He could control it from his phone if he had to. He hid the laptop under the table, covering it with a jacket. All set. Thanks. He went back down and explained everything to Amanda in the bridal suite. What if the tech shuts it off midway? He won't have time. The presentation is locked. Once it starts, it won't stop until the end. Amanda took a deep breath. And Brianna? She needs to know. Are you sure? I need someone on my side down there. Caleb called Brianna in and showed her the proof. Her sister went pale, then red with rage. That bastard. Bea, you can't tell anyone, Amanda said, holding her shoulders. No one. Not Mom, not Dad. If anyone finds out beforehand, they'll try to stop me. I can't believe he did this to you. Believe it. And I'm going to expose him. Brianna hugged her sister tightly. I'll be right there with you. When it all blows up, I've got your back. The next 3 hours flew by. Guests began to arrive. Amanda finished getting ready. 20 minutes to go. A knock on the door. Jessica walked in, beaming. Girl, just came to give you a good luck hug. Amanda tensed. Jessica moved closer and hugged her. Over Jessica's shoulder, Amanda saw it. Caleb's laptop was open on the bed. The screen was displaying the presentation, the messages, the photos. Jessica was going to see it. Thanks, Jess. Amanda pulled away quickly, standing in front of the bed to block the view. Wow, you really are nervous, aren't you? Jessica laughed. Relax. Everything's going to be perfect. I know. Jessica glanced around the room, her eyes passing over the bed, catching the edge of the laptop. What computer is that? Amanda's heart stopped. It's Caleb's. He forgot it here. Oh. Jessica took 2 steps, trying to get a better look. Amanda grabbed her veil, throwing it over the laptop. Bea, have you seen my earring? She shouted toward the bathroom. Brianna appeared instantly, sizing up the situation. No, I haven't. Let me look. She pulled Jessica by the arm. Jess, come help me. Sure. The two went into the bathroom. Amanda slammed the laptop shut, shoved it under the bed, and covered it with a blanket. She let out a shaky breath, sweat beading on her forehead. 5 minutes later, Jessica came out. Found the earring. It was on the floor. Thanks, Jess. Jessica left. Brianna stayed behind. That was close. I know. 10 minutes left. Amanda went down to the church foyer. The guests were seated. Ethan was waiting at the altar. Sharon adjusted her veil one last time. My daughter is getting married, she wept. You're so beautiful. Robert offered her his arm. Ready, sweetheart? Amanda looked ahead. At the altar. At Ethan smiling. At Jessica in the front row. At Caleb positioned in the sound booth. Everything was ready. Ready. The doors opened. The music began. It was time. Amanda walked, step by step. Her dress trailed on the floor, the bouquet trembling in her hand. Everyone was on their feet, looking at her, smiling. Ethan, at the altar, was radiant, secure, the happiest man in the world. She climbed the steps. Robert kissed her forehead and placed her hand in the groom's. Ethan held it tight, looking into her eyes. You're so beautiful, he whispered. His voice was sweet, loving, perfect, and a complete lie. The priest began, speaking of the sacrament of marriage, of true love, fidelity, and eternal commitment. Every word was an irony. Ethan, it is now your turn to say your vows. He let go of one of Amanda's hands, took a piece of paper from his pocket, unfolded it, and looked at her with shining eyes. Amanda, when I met you, my life changed. You brought light where there was only darkness. His voice echoed through the church, firm, emotional. You made me want to be a better man. You made me believe in true love. Some guests were already crying. Sharon dabbed her eyes with a tissue. I promise to love you every day, in joy and in sorrow, in sickness and in health. I promise to be faithful, to be your partner, to be your safe harbor. Jessica smiled from the front row, a hand on her stomach, proud. I promise to never cheat on you, never lie to you, never hurt you. You are my queen, my love, my entire life. The whole church sighed, captivated. Susan, his mother, cried with pride for her son. I love you, Amanda, and I will love you forever. Applause. The priest smiled, moved. Beautiful, truly beautiful. He turned to Amanda. And now, Amanda, your vows. Silence, expectation. Ethan squeezed her hands, smiling. That confident, victorious smile. He was sure he had won, sure she was his, sure he could do whatever he wanted because she always came back, always forgave, always believed. Amanda, the priest prompted. She looked at Ethan. Really looked. She saw the man who had manipulated her for 3 years, the man who had turned every one of her doubts against her, the man who had made her apologize for being right, the man who had just sworn eternal fidelity with his pregnant mistress sitting in the front row. Before I say my vows, Amanda pulled her hands away. Ethan's brow furrowed. There's something everyone here needs to see. His smile faltered. Honey, what are you doing? She moved the bouquet from her right hand to her left. At the back, Caleb saw the signal. He hit enter. The giant screen behind the altar lit up. The first image filled the screen. A WhatsApp message in huge letters. Ethan. She believes anything I say. She's so easy to manipulate. Gasps. Murmur. Ethan whipped around, saw the screen, and went white. What? What is this? It's the truth, Amanda said, her voice loud and clear. Second image. Ethan. She's too dumb to find out. Jessica. Poor thing. She has no idea. Jessica shot up from her chair, mouth open, trembling. Amanda, I can explain. Sit down. Brianna shoved her back into her seat. And watch. Third image. A photo. Ethan and Jessica, wrapped in each other's arms, kissing in a hotel room. The church erupted. My God, how awful. With the maid of honor. Ethan ran to the screen, trying to turn it off. This is a lie. Someone edited this. It's fake. Caleb had locked the controls. Nothing worked. Fourth image. A message. Ethan. In 2 months, we get married. I get my hands on her family's money. And we disappear together. Robert stood up, furious. You miserable piece of... Sharon held her husband back, sobbing. Fifth image. A conversation with his mother. Susan. Turn it around on her. Accuse her of being jealous. It always works with insecure women. Ethan. Good idea. All eyes turned to Susan. She stood up, face red. That was taken out of context. Context? Brianna yelled. What context justifies that? Sixth image. A message from 3 days ago. Ethan. Just a few more days of pretending. Then I'll leave her and be with you. Jessica. And the baby? Ethan. It's ours. We'll raise it together, far away from her. A heavy silence. Everyone looked at Jessica's stomach. You're pregnant? An aunt shouted. Jessica started to cry. Ethan tried to leave the altar. Amanda blocked him. Stay. It's not over yet. Seventh image. A rapid succession of photos. Ethan with 5 different women, kissing, hugging, in intimate situations. How many? Someone yelled. He cheated with 5 of them, another answered. The images kept coming, messages with all of them. Dates, times, places. Each frame was new proof, a lie exposed, a betrayal revealed. Ethan was trapped at the altar, no way out. Amanda, listen to me. He tried to touch her. She recoiled. Don't touch me. The priest was in shock, his mouth agape, speechless. Eighth image, the last one. An audio player appeared on the screen. The sound began to play, loud and clear. Ethan's voice filled the church. She believes anything I say. She's so easy to manipulate. Jessica's voice, laughing. Poor thing. She has no idea. No idea at all. In 2 months, we get married, I get my hands on her family's money, and we disappear together. And her? Her problem. She'll be left like an idiot, crying, with no clue what happened. The two of them laughed on the recording, loud, cruel, remorseless. The audio stopped. A dead silence. 200 people stared at Ethan. He was destroyed, trembling, speechless. Amanda took the priest's microphone. I found all of this out this morning. I could have canceled, but I thought you all deserved to know who this man really is. Her voice didn't shake, didn't falter. He cheated on me for 3 years with 6 different women. One of them is my best friend, who is pregnant with his child and was planning to steal my family's money. No one moved. So, no, Amanda said, pulling the wedding band she had already put on from her finger. I do not. She threw it onto the altar floor. The sound of the metal hitting the stone echoed through the entire church. The silence lasted 3 seconds. Then it exploded. Unbelievable. What a monster. With the maid of honor. 200 voices at once. Shock, anger, indignation. An aunt stood up, pointing at Ethan. I always knew that boy was no good. Liar, you loved him. Her husband shot back. Sharon, Amanda's mother, was still seated, sobbing loudly. Robert held her, but his eyes were fixed on Ethan, filled with murderous rage. A cousin stood up. Someone call the police. This guy planned to rob the family. Rob them? Another shouted. That's fraud. 3 men started moving toward the altar. On Ethan's side of the family, the reaction was different. His father, Arnold, stood up, red not with anger, but with shame. Ethan. Is this true? His son didn't answer. Susan tried to defend him. Everyone, let's hear his side of the story. It could have been edited. Edited? Brianna shouted from the middle of the church. His voice is on the audio. We all heard it. Then it was taken out of context. What context, woman? A bridesmaid stood up. Your son is a scumbag, and you helped him. Jessica tried to slip out a side door, head down, whimpering. A friend of Amanda's blocked her. I have to leave. Leave? After betraying your best friend? The woman pushed her back. Stay here and face it. Jessica collapsed into a chair, covered her face, and cried loudly, but no one had any sympathy. Pregnant by him, an old woman shook her head. The shame. And she still agreed to be maid of honor. What kind of person does that? The guests on the bride's side turned completely against Ethan, shouting, cursing, some recording on their phones. On his side, the few who remained began to leave, one by one, ashamed. A groomsman walked past Ethan at the altar, looking at him with disgust. I don't know you. The bridesmaid followed right behind. Never speak to me again. Ethan was alone at the altar, surrounded, without allies, without an exit. He looked at his father. Arnold turned his face away. He looked at his mother. Susan was hiding her face in her hands. He looked at Amanda. She was standing tall, firm, secure. Amanda, I can explain. His voice was weak, desperate. Explain? She took a step forward. Then explain. Explain it to everyone here. Ethan opened his mouth. Nothing came out. Explain how you manipulated me for 3 years. Amanda continued. Explain how you made me apologize for being right. He shook his head. It wasn't like that. Explain! She shouted. The entire church fell silent again. Ethan backed away, tripped on a step, and almost fell. I have to get out of here. He turned and ran. Ethan scrambled down from the altar, pushing people, stumbling over chairs. Robert stepped in front of him. You're not going anywhere. Get out of my way. You planned to steal from my family. Robert grabbed his suit jacket. You think I'm just going to let you walk out of here? Let go of me! Ethan shoved him. Robert held on tight. 2 church security guards arrived, separating them. What's going on here? This man is a con artist, Robert pointed. He planned to defraud my daughter. Ethan held up his hands. That's a lie. It's all a lie. She edited those messages to frame me. Amanda walked down from the altar, calm and steady. I edited them? She took the phone from her clutch. Then explain why I have your old phone. The one you forgot in the drawer. The color drained from his face. You went into my drawer. I did. And I found everything. 3 years of lies. All the women, all the plans. Ethan lunged for her phone. Amanda stepped back. This is the real proof. The original. From your cloud. From your backup. She turned to the security guards. If you'd like to verify, I can send it all to you right now. One of the guards took her phone and began to look. Ethan started to panic. Amanda, stop this. We can work this out. I love you. You don't love anyone but yourself. I made mistakes. Everyone makes them. But we can start over. Start over? She laughed humorlessly. You were going to rob me, disappear with someone else, and leave me destroyed. No, it wasn't like that. Those messages. I was joking. Joking? Brianna appeared at her sister's side. You planned out details, dates, amounts? That's a joke? Ethan looked around, at all the faces staring, judging, hating. He fell to his knees. Amanda, please. I love you. I need you. She looked down at him, the man she had loved for 3 years, the man who had almost destroyed her, now on the floor, begging, pathetic. You didn't need me. You needed my money. Amanda turned to the guard. Can you call the police? I'd like to file a report for attempted fraud. No! Ethan screamed. You can't do that. I can, and I will. The guard got on his radio and called the police. Susan ran to the front. Amanda, for the love of God, he's my son. Don't do this. You helped him, Amanda said coldly. You taught him how to manipulate me. I saw the messages. Susan was speechless. The police arrived in 10 minutes. 2 officers walked into the church. We got a call? Robert went to them, explained everything, and showed them the proof on Amanda's phone. The officers looked, verified, and conferred with each other. Mr. Ethan, you'll need to come with us to answer some questions. I didn't do anything. The evidence says otherwise. Ethan tried to run. An officer grabbed him. Don't make this difficult. They handcuffed him right there, in front of everyone. The sound of the metal clicking shut echoed through the church. Ethan was crying, shouting, begging. Amanda, don't let them take me, please. She didn't answer, didn't even look. She simply turned her back. The officers led him away. The church fell quiet, only the echo of footsteps, of the handcuffs, of the door closing. Amanda stood in the middle of the church, still in her white dress, still with her veil. She took a deep breath. Once, twice, 3 times, she didn't feel relief. She didn't feel victory. She felt empty. And for the first time in 3 years, that emptiness felt honest. Amanda was still in the middle of the church, the white dress heavy on her shoulders. The silence surrounded her. Sharon came up to her, hugging her, holding her tight. My daughter. My brave daughter. Her voice was broken with tears, but it wasn't sadness. It was pride. Robert came right behind, embracing them both. You did the right thing. Brianna joined in. Caleb appeared from the back, a group hug, a human fortress around her. The guests began to approach, one by one. An aunt took Amanda's hand. You are stronger than I could ever be. A cousin gave her a nod from a distance. He never deserved you. A friend from college hugged her. I always thought he was shady. Now I know why. Applause started slowly, then grew louder. Soon, the entire church was clapping. It wasn't a celebration of a wedding, it was a celebration of courage. Amanda looked around at all those people, witnesses to the worst humiliation of her life, but also witnesses to her greatest victory. She hadn't run. She hadn't hidden. She had faced it. The priest approached, still looking dazed. Amanda, I am so sorry for all of this. I'm not, she said, and for the first time, she believed it. I needed to know the truth. She walked out of the church, still in her dress, the veil dragging on the ground. She got in the car. Brianna drove, Caleb in the back seat. No one said a word, just the sound of city traffic, of life going on. Amanda looked out the window. The sun was setting, orange, red, beautiful. 3 months later, Ethan was in another city. He'd moved after being released from the police station. His social media was deleted. His job was lost. His friends had vanished. He became an urban legend, the cheating groom exposed at the altar. No one wanted anything to do with him. Jessica had the baby alone. Her family cut off contact. Her friends disappeared. Ethan refused to acknowledge the child. Susan was selling her house, unable to bear the shame in her neighborhood. On the other side of town, Amanda was in a work meeting, in a conference room with a view of the city. 4 executives were listening to her presentation, and that's why I believe this project will triple our results in the next quarter. Applause. The director stood up. Impressive, Amanda. You have an incredible strategic vision. Thank you. Actually, I wanted to talk to you about a promotion. She blinked. A promotion? Regional manager. It starts next month. Interested? Amanda smiled a genuine, real smile. Very. After work, she met her friends for dinner. They laughed, told stories, drank wine. One of them asked, "So, the whole wedding thing. Are you over it?" Amanda took a sip. "I'm over it. It was horrible. It was painful, but it set me free. Are you dating anyone?" "No. And I'm not looking. I'm good on my own right now." And it was true. For the first time in years, she was comfortable with herself, without needing validation, without needing someone to feel complete. Just her. And it was enough. 6 months after the wedding that never happened, Amanda was in a coffee shop, reading a book, sipping a cappuccino. The door opened. Ethan walked in. Her heart jumped, but not from fear, not from longing, just from surprise. He saw her and froze. They looked at each other for 3 seconds. He approached slowly. "Hey." "Hi." An awkward silence. Can I sit?" Amanda closed her book. "No." He blinked, not expecting that. "Amanda, I just want to talk. You don't owe me anything, and I have nothing to say to you. Please, I've changed. I went to therapy. Good for you." She picked up her bag and stood up. "But I don't need to hear it." The old Amanda would have given him a chance, would have listened, would have believed in change. The new Amanda knew better. "Goodbye, Ethan." She walked past him, out of the coffee shop, and didn't look back. She got in her car, drove home, and for the first time since it all happened, she felt nothing. Not anger, not hurt, not pain, just indifference. And that, finally, was real freedom. I saw something chilling in this story. I saw a woman who was broken, manipulated, and made to believe she was crazy for trusting her own instincts. And I saw that same woman stand up and refuse to accept crumbs. This gives me chills because it's so rare to see someone choose the hard truth when it would be easier to pretend everything is fine. Amanda didn't get an instant fairy tale ending. She got something much bigger, herself back. And I feel like that's the kind of courage we rarely celebrate, but we should. Because truly starting over isn't about forgetting the pain. It's about not letting it define who you are. If this story moved you in any way, if you felt anger, relief, or even hope, leave a like on this video. It shows me that stories like this matter, that it's worth continuing to bring these raw and intense narratives to you. And tell me in the comments what city you're watching from right now. I read every comment with care, truly, and I make a point to reply to everyone who takes a moment to interact with me. I love knowing where you all are from and feeling this community grow together. If you believe in the power of stories that move us, that transform us, that make us think, then please subscribe to the channel. It's still in its early days, and every new subscription is the fuel that gives me the strength and conviction to continue this journey. I'm really counting on you on this path. And don't go just yet. I've left 2 incredible stories on the screen for you to choose from and watch right now. Click on one of them and join me for the next video. I'll see you there.